Welcome to Impact History List View Enhancements for ACT by Swiftpage. Here we're going to go into our navigation bar and just click on the history view. What we present the end users is a list of all the histories inside the entire database. You can of course filter by these panels at the bottom. We're displaying all dates, which is showing us currently almost 2,000 records in the ACT database, but I can select a subset of these date ranges. I'm also selecting all record managers, and by right clicking on here we can actually do a couple of features. I can say select none, and I just want to see Chris Hoffman's records. Well, that's nice, but I also might want to break it down by teams. I want to see my team Europe. That's going to turn on the appropriate filters and show me just the record managers attached to that team. So let's just say select all. I can also continue that same type of filtering by using the pick list and selecting individual types of histories from this view. But we also have actually a more powerful filter builder. So I'm just going to go to filters here, and actually you see there's a new panel at the top of this window. So I'm going to come in here, click on it to choose a field, and I'm going to say that the type of history contains attachments. So there we go. We filtered out this just by attachments. We can actually be a little bit more specific here. We can say any of, and then any of, I can select multiple. So I can say I want to see all the library documents, all the marketing and meetings held, and do that. Again, being very specific about which types of histories do we want to see. Now in these histories, I just sorted it by the type, and you can see we see library document, meetings, and such. Well, that's nice, but I want to know a count of each one of those. And that's where this grouping panel comes in. And if you go to your header button here, there's grouping on and off, and it's just a blue panel at the top of the list. I'm going to turn it back on. And what that does, it allows us to take any column, like this type column, and I'm holding the mouse down, and I'm just dragging it up to here, and it now has this grouped. So as you can see, we have attachments, we have library documents, and we have these. Now I can do this much quicker if I right click on this and I say just collapse all. That just collapses everything together. So I can see I had 693 meetings and 30 marketing calls. Now you can see how grouping can be powerful with the two combined. But let's just remove our filter and go back to this. So I can see I had 29 contacts linked, 28 deleted, 8 contacts were updated. Again, I'm getting this data brought to me from the list view. I'm not running reports. I'm not doing some special outside stuff. I am data mining directly from the list view. Let's just take this a step further. This may be a great list view that I want to print out for my Friday report, send it to my boss. So here's my weekly report for him. Well, I've done all this great setup in here. I don't want to lose that setup. So I've actually created multiple column sets. So that was Friday report. And here is a different look of the report. So the same data, the 1,931 contacts, but I'm just putting different looks, different column sets, different filters on top of the same data. It's like running a separate report each time. I can go in here and say, let's see my Friday report. It gets me here, and I can just go and print this report out. Now there's one more thing that we can do that we really love here. And we go back to our headers, is our charting system. ACT has charts, dashboards inside the charts. We have charts, but we also place them in line. They're available on the dashboard side of ACT, but as you can see, I turn this chart on, and I'm able to see this data that I presented here below in the list in a chart format here at the top. Charts are very powerful. You can go in, you can do a lot of customization to the charts, and you can also have multiple charts online. So I can see here's a chart by country. We don't have any country data in there. Here I can see, so I can go to this chart and view it by, looks like a week by week kind of chart versus this chart, which looks like it's a year by year chart. So we can have different snapshots of charts imposed or embedded right inside of our list view. Okay, I want to thank everybody for attending. if you go to our evaluation page, you can download Impact Suite. Once you restart ACT, you're going to see these new enhanced navigation bar on your left, and you're going to be able to get into the history view. And again, that is for ACT 2010 or better. Thank you for attending.